All right, so for DMR today, it says the number of gallons of gas purchased by 4 motorists and the corresponding costs are plotted on the coordinate plane. Which of these tables correctly shows the ratio of the different number of gallons of gas to their cost? So we have to figure out first which part of the chart represents our X and which part represents our Y. So we have gallons underneath. So gallons, we know that this gallons is going from left to right. And if it's going from left to right, that means that that's our x-axis. So we have our x-axis below here. So that's our x-axis. So gallons is our x. So gallons is our x. And that must mean cost, since cost is going vertical up and down, that means that our cost is our y. Going up and down is our y. So that means in the chart, cost is our y. So now that we know gallons is our x, cost is our y, now let's plot them. So let me get a circle for you guys to show. So we have our circle here. Let me fill it in red because that's what we're used to. So if we're looking at our A, you have 1 as your x, 1 as your y. So you start at your point of origin, which is 0. And you sit here and say, okay, my x is 1, my y is 1, so I got to go up a little bit. Not quite to 2, but not quite to 1. I'm sorry, 0. So my point is about right here. And that's a pretty big point, but you have it right there. Okay, well, there's no dot there. So A cannot be our answer. So A cannot be our answer because if the first point's not on the graph, then it's not there. So we need to move to B. You have 1 and 4. So if your gallons is your X and your cost is your Y, we've already determined that, then I know I'm walking 1 and flying 4. So my dot, starting at 0, 0, which is our point of origin, I have to walk to 1 and fly to 4. Well, there's my point. So I got to double check now. And you're going to have these points all right here. So I'll even do that to show you for the rest of the remainder of this slide. So you'll have the points here. So if you want to plot them, you can to help you out. I just want to have as many resources for you as possible. Okay, so you have the circles there if you want. So you did 1, 4, which that covered the black dot. So let's see if 2, 8 is going to cover a dot. So you start at your point of origin, 0, 0. You walk to 2, right down the street, and you're flying to 8 for your cost. Flying to 8, which covered another dot. So we're good there. Let's try 3, 12. Take a dot, circle at our point of origin. 3, 12, walk into 3, strolling down the street. Oh, I got to 3, I'm done. Fly now to 12, because that's where Y is, flying to 12. Uh-oh, I covered another dot. So far, B is looking pretty good. But we want to keep going, because sometimes we don't know. Is 4, 16 going to be there? So we have 4, 16. So I walk to 4, walking, walking, walking. I'm at 4. And then you're going to fly to 16. Fly to 16. And I covered a dot. So B is our answer for the graph matching the chart, because each one of the red dots covered up a black dot. And if I wanted to double check my work, I can draw an invisible line down from each dot and across from each dot to make sure it matches the points in the chart. All right. So that's your DMR for today.